everyone's having a blooming wonderful day. Now, in this video, I've got my Rebutia pygmae cactus, blooming lovely here. And a few days ago, I put a video of it in flower, and I'm going to just do a little cross-pollination on it today. Well, a self-pollination, but I'm going to cross with the two flowers on the same plant. Rebutias, most of them are actually self-fertile, self-pollinating. So if you act as the bee, which I'm going to be doing now, I'm going to put the pollen. Apparently even the one flower, if there's just the one flower, it can also form seed. But I'm going to actually not only pollinate the one flower with the pollen onto the stigma, also go from each two different flowers as well. There's more chance of success. And as with anything, when it comes to pollinating flowers and you're acting as the bee, sometimes it can be potluck. It doesn't always take. And I'm often, whenever my cacti are flowering, the only way I know if they're self-pollinated or cross-pollinating is by having a go myself. And it doesn't always work. So if it doesn't form, it doesn't form. But it's a bit of fun doing it anyway. Rebutias are said to be self-pollinated, most of them. So we're going to have a bit of fun pollinating these flowers, guys. And if it forms seed, then I'll do an update video in the coming weeks and let you know what's happening with it. So we're going to start with this little flower. Now, when it comes to pollinating flowers, always make sure, I've mentioned it in a few of my pollinating videos, but I'll mention it again. Make sure that you use a clean brush. You can either use a little cotton wool bird, a Q-tip, or a little brush. I like to use a little tiny brush, like an artist brush, that's totally clean, because I can see the pollen going on it, and it's easier to get into the little nooks and crannies all around it. And then what I do then is this here, little bit in the middle, that's the stigma, and that's what you want to get the pollen, which is all around the outside, onto that stigma. So I'm going to do it on that one, and I'm also then going to go onto the other one and put the pollen from that also onto the stigma on this one. So let's get going, shall we, guys? Now then, it's hard as hopefully I'll get the focus on this. Now there's the pollen all around it, so what you want to do is load up that brush like crazy. As you can see there, I don't know whether you can see that clear, but there's pollen on the end of that brush there. Really load it up, and then I'm going to actually then put it onto the little stigma there. And then I'm also going to load up all that pollen onto the brush, and I'm going to go onto the other stigma on there and tap that onto there like so, and then get a load of pollen from that one as well. You can't really go wrong, because with self-pollinating plants with the flowers, you can either just do that and go onto the same one, or cross-pollinate it on a self-pollinating plant. Anyways, it's a bit confusing. With the cross-pollinated plants that are only cross-pollinated, you can only really do this with another cactus of the same type that's flowering at the same time. And in other words, with one that is only cross-pollinating, it would be sterile to its own pollen, and it won't work. But with the Rebutia, because it's self-pollinating, it means that, you know, if you get the pollen on and put it onto its own stigma, then it should form, hopefully have some luck with seeds. But with everything, it's just luck whether it's going to take or not. So there you go. I think I've loaded up the pollen on that, on the little stigma. And I'll let you know what happens, guys, if it forms seeds or not. And I want to send you loads of love and tons of happiness and heaps of flower power from Ireland. And until the next video, bye!